there, it's Katrina again with Do You Have a Couple of Minutes? And today I want to know if you have a couple of minutes to talk about sprints and marathons in the context of growth professionally and maybe growth personally as well. Recently I had a chance to speak with a few people, and they had been given opportunities to expand their professional growth and expertise. And they were challenged because they were continuing to approach things the same way as they always had. So it was as though they had learned how to sprint, but now they were being asked to run a marathon, and they were still running as though they were sprinting, as opposed to understanding that when you're running a marathon, it's going to take a different approach. So, if we think about the sport of running is a big category. You can sprint, you can do marathons, maybe you are an expert at doing hurdling. They all take different approaches in order to be successful, even though it's all part of the sport of running. And I think sometimes in our professional lives, that same thing can happen. We're part of a profession, and broadly, it might be the same. But as we move into different areas of expertise, or as we move into different roles, the same thing that we were doing early on, maybe when we were more directed and there were very black and white guidelines to follow, those same approaches don't work when you're dealing with gray areas, or when you're dealing with areas where there's not a charted course, but you're challenged to take on, different variables and aspects to move forward. And that's okay. We just have to recognize that a different approach is necessary. If we continue to try to use the old approach, or an approach that we used for a different part of our expertise or a different part of our learning, and we try to apply it and it doesn't work, it's actually going to not allow us to move forward. And it's also probably going to be quite frustrating because it's not getting us the same results as it got us previously, when it was actually the right thing that was needed for that time in our profession, or maybe that time in our life where we were learning how to do something, and now we're being asked to do more or to build upon that which we already have. So I wanted to share this with you because it's something that I think we all face. We all have different opportunities to move forward, to grow. And it's important to recognize that those opportunities may require something different of us. I think the other thing to think about is maybe that's uncomfortable, and that's okay. New things that we want to learn, new things that we have to do sometimes start out as uncomfortable. But it may be that some of those new things aren't a fit as well. And we need to understand that from both an individual perspective and from a leadership perspective. Not everybody is meant to do everything. Not every individual can be an expert in every area. And it takes everyone to be doing their job well for us to function at the highest levels of efficiency. So there's nothing wrong per se with someone not wanting to take on some new task or some greater task that might require more of them, or that might make them uncomfortable, if maybe they have the opportunity to continue doing a task and maybe even improving upon a task that they're currently doing and that they enjoy, and that affords the organization that opportunity to utilize them in that way. So Just something to think about as you're moving forward. Sprints are not marathons, marathons are not sprints. Hurdles are neither one of those things. If you use that analogy and think about that, it takes different approaches to be successful doing different things. I think that will help us to have good perspective on what is necessary of us, what we actually want to do, and what is required to take on more. And with that, that is my few minutes for today. I hope that you found that this has been a topic that's been inspiring, something to help you think, learn, grow, and ultimately lead a more fulfilling life. And I hope that if you are enjoying these messages, that you will share them with others so that they can come along our learning journey as well. Please be sure to check out the show notes for a summary of today's session, as well as contact information if you'd like to be in touch with me, and information on how you can get my most recent publications. And as always, I'm super appreciative of you joining me here today, and I sure hope to see you back next time. Until then, bye bye.